Vito, I'm so sorry for everything that your family has been through. This has just been heart-wrenching for all of us to follow along with during the trial, and we've all thought about Corey so much. What was your reaction to the verdict, Vito?
It was bittersweet. He I thought he should have got the murder charge, but I'll take that charge. Again, it was bittersweet. It's tough because at the end of the day, there's still my grandson's gone, and we can't bring him back. And this guy here is just, what a beautiful kid. This guy's a monster, and we fought it. We fought, like my daughter said, DCP&P for uh, years, and they didn't want to believe us. No matter what we did and said, they didn't want to believe us up to the end, where I felt that the system, when my daughter took him to the hospital and had him checked out, and he finally admitted because he was afraid to say anything to anybody because he knew the repercussions or what would happen to
Mm.
him. He um, you know, they should have never phoned him and told him that they know. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, yeah, I know. I think one of the things that's upset us all the most, Vito, is the state doing nothing. I mean, the fact that there were 100 calls, allegations of abuse, that he
right.
wasn't taken away, that little Corey was in this situation. Do you think that they should be held criminally, accountable for this in terms of some of these social workers and everyone who dropped the ball?
Absolutely. I mean, I could tell you story after story after story. We called, we said, this is what happened. This is what Corey told us. These are the marks on his body. And it seemed like they wanted to believe the father and son, the father who was some big wig in the state troopers in New Jersey and had some political power versus the little people who our voice didn't matter no matter what we said.
Yeah, you're
And
talking about you're talking about Corey's other grandfather, right? There's been this talk that he was high up with the state patrol and that you guys were just ignored through all of
yep,
this, and that this could have been prevented. I'm assuming you knew Christopher. I mean, I've watched him every day in that trial, and it makes you mad to see him sitting there.
yep.
I mean, what was he like? What was your impression of him?
He was an angry person. I mean, a very angry person. I mean, one of the run-ins I had was up in North Jersey at the courthouse, which was a custody hearing, and I had gotten there. I told my daughter I would be there for that hearing, and I went into the restroom, and I'm washing my hands, and this guy came out of the stall, and it was Chris in a suit, and I said, "Hey, Chris, you remember me? I haven't seen him in a while." Um, Corey's grandfather, and all of a sudden, white trash. You're this, you're that, all kinds of
Mm.
negative, bad things. I'm like, all right, whatever, no big deal. And he kept screaming at me. So I'm going to walk out the door. The door pulled in to walk out. And as I'm going through, he grabbed the door and tried to slam it on me as I'm walking through. And it started getting louder, and being a man, I'm like, all right, just, enough's enough. Brianna and heard it in the hallway, and other people. Then she come running down and kind of broke it up. But it's just to show um, his anger. And then when
Yeah.
we were leaving the courtroom, he followed us out. We got in our cars. I met with my daughter. We are gonna grab something to eat. He was walking around, crossing the street, and walked right to the side of the car, and just started going off. Um, I'm the one that popped your your daughter's tire, your wife's tires. My ex-wife at the time, ex-wife now, popped her tires. I did this, I did that, admitting to everything. And it was like
Wow.
he was a Jekyll and Hyde type guy. You know what I mean? I'm a guy. I went to school. I got my master's degree. I'm white collar. I wear a tie. But when nobody's looking, he's a very evil person. Very evil.
Well, and he probably didn't know, Vito, that that camera was up there in that gym. I mean, all you have to do is watch that surveillance video and see what he did to that little boy. And the rest, I think, is crystal clear. And he probably didn't know
Yeah,
the camera was there. I'm sure that video was very important in the end to the jury's decision. Vito, we really
absolutely.
appreciate you coming on. Our heart goes out to you and your family, and I hope you guys get justice when it comes to, the breakdown with the state, because I think that's the next step here.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.